CTV News with Sarah Freemark.
It's nice and cool. It's a great way to beat the heat.
Embracing the summer weather, people gather along Centennial Beach today just to try and cool down. Good Monday evening to you. It may not be as hot as last week, but our region is still dealing with the heat and humidity. And while air conditioners continue to hum, there are some positives to the warm weather. Let's go to CTV's Luke Samardi. Joins us live from downtown Barrie. There he is in the marina. Beautiful day out there, Luke.
Sarah, it is hot outside, and although there isn't much activity here at the marina in downtown Barrie, people continue to flock to the beach to try and stay cool during these warm conditions. Cooler mornings have people enjoying the beach in Barrie before the heat takes over.
We chose this day specifically because of the temperature, and we like the breeze today. It reminds us of Honolulu.
It's really fun. The weather's really nice. And I honestly really enjoy like hanging out with everyone, you know, just like chilling and stuff.
St. Ange Recreation has the tools for those looking to stay cool and get out on the water.
Summer took a while to get here, but in the last few weeks, it got here with a vengeance, and we started seeing people coming in. They've gone to their cottage. They now want to use their toys.
After a slower start to the season, business has started to pick up.
The first question is, what body of water are you running it? Is it big water with big waves? Then you're going to need a big, more stable machine. Or is it a smaller cottage machine just to buzz around and you can get a spark, let's say? That's a lot of fun to drive.
Adding the heat over the past week has helped bring in more customers looking to get out and enjoy.
When the weather gets really, really hot, you get out on the dock and you just think, you know what, it'd be great to get out and enjoy the water a little more.
Local farmers are also keeping an eye on the thermometer. Unlike last year's drought, most crops are on track thanks to consistent rain the region has seen this season.
The winter wheat is starting to turn yellow now, so that's kind of a reminder that that's the next thing. Probably in 2 weeks from now, I wouldn't be surprised to see some wheat being harvested.
But with the rain comes other challenges.
We got some oats that are susceptible to disease, and the soybeans as well. They're at the stage where they're going to need some protection from fungicides and some bacteria that'll be detrimental to their growth, so we're going to protect them from that.
Sarah, speaking with Barrie officials earlier this afternoon, they often judge how busy a marina is based on boat fuel sales. And they say over the last 2 weeks, those have doubled. They also say they don't expect it to slow down until the Labor Day weekend. Reporting live in downtown Barrie, I'm Luke Smart. Sarah, we'll send it back to the station.
Thanks for that, Luke. It is a rite of passage enjoyed by many, sending the kids off to camp. From baseball to the beach and beyond, CTV's Rob Cooper spent the day looking into how kids are keeping busy.
It can be a tough task for parents in the summer looking for new and fun ways to keep their kids busy.
Thankfully, we live near the beach, so coming to a place like this is always our go-to. It's beautiful outside. The kids play in the water. They play with the balls, with the beach toys, and we have a great time in the sun.
Another option, summer camps, which are in full swing. In Barrie, hundreds of campers are taking part in 5 different camps, including this one at Tyndale Park.
We have beach volleyball, nature's art, and then our standard Earth Challenge camps for ages 6 all the way up to 13. And we have about 30 staff. City staff say there are plenty of options for all kinds of passions. For those with a keen eye on the ball, the Barrie Baycats are holding its annual summer baseball camp at Athletic Culture Stadium this month.
I like how we get to have fun and we get to meet new people and learn a lot of new things with the Baycats.
You know, even if it's just an introductory to the sport, I think that, you know, baseball is fun. It's trying something new for some of them, but it's going to be a really good 4 weeks here, so I'm really excited.
Hitting the ice is also an option. There are plenty of hockey camps taking place. National Training Rinks in Barrie has plenty on the go and lots of space still available.
I like coming here because it's fun, and like I have old buddies here. I've been here for 5 years, so that's why I just like coming here.
We want everybody to feel safe here. We want everybody to participate in an encouraging environment, but we want everything to be fun. Our main focus is our coaches help the kids have fun, the kids have fun with one another, and provide just a really good experience.
Now, most but not all of the summer camps will run right through to the end of August. If you're interested in registering your child with one of the camps with the City of Barrie, I'm told there are still some spots available. Simply reach out. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
Well, those were the years, weren't they, Casey?
Oh yeah, they were.
I was going to ask you if you had a favorite summer camp memory, but this hat, that takes the cake.
Well, it's a good sun hat. You know, that's what you need. You need a sun hat to keep the sun off you, because I don't know how it's going to fit and feel when it's 37 degrees. Oh, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Let's talk about first look at the forecast. Yes, we know it's been lovely over the last little while. First look at the forecast brought to you by the graveldrivewayguy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. 28 degrees, but the humidity isn't quite as intensive or smothering as it has been. Winds are light out of the east, 15 kilometers an hour. Are we looking for that to pick up as far as the wind speed? Not really. This is a look at the temperature outside your door as we speak. 29 degrees in Gravenhurst, 30 in Parry Sound, 26 in Toronto, 27 in Mount Forest, Owen Sound, Alliston, and call it 26 degrees in Newmarket right now. Can we have a quick look, Sully, please, at the radar satellite images over the last little while? And yeah, that is what we refer these to in meteorological circles as false echoes, anomalous propaganda, and false echoes, meaning it's noise. That's all it is just noise. Now, the noise of the air conditioners, I can hear ours right now, just over behind Davey Doll, the cameraman. The noise is going to pick up for a lot of things. And coming up in just a few minutes' time, Sarah, tomorrow's a very special day, a day where we celebrate something that you do not want to leave out in the heat and the sun. I'll tell you more about that coming up in just a few minutes' time. Back inside.
I won't spoil the secret. I look forward to seeing you throughout the newscast, Casey. The race for Barrie's mayor chair is heating up, with a second candidate adding their name to the ballot. Tanya Seri registered this morning for the 2026 municipal election, currently the managing director of Redwood Builds, a local supportive housing provider, and a realtor. Her campaign focused on a more transparent and responsive city hall, focused on affordable growth and a more compassionate homelessness response, while not painting herself in direct contrast. She's the alternative in a field that, until this morning, was only Barrie's incumbent mayor.
I think I'm just trying to paint myself as a real candidate, somebody who has a lot of community experience, a financial background, a business background, someone who is willing to listen and bring community together. So I'm not going to look at it as a political thing. This is just a Barrie needs choice right now, and I'm willing to be one of those choices.
Seri says she'll bring a more practical, collaborative approach to city government. Voters in Barrie go to the polls on October 26th. Police are investigating after two vehicles crashed, ending up on the front lawn of a Barrie home overnight. It happened just before 1 a.m. Barrie police responded to a call at Dean Avenue and Country Lane, where a 16-year-old G2 driver with several people in the vehicle and a 67-year-old man in another vehicle collided, coming close to hitting the house. The 67-year-old suffered serious injuries and was taken to hospital. Police say charges are pending. A crash involving a school bus shut down Highway 11 in Oro-Medonte on Sunday afternoon. It happened at 1:45 p.m. in the northbound lanes approaching Line 3 South. Police say the school bus had children and adults on their way to a summer camp when it collided with the SUV. There were a few minor injuries. The road was closed for several hours for the cleanup and the police investigation. At this point, no word on any charges. The Ontario Fire Marshal is investigating after a fire in the southeast end of the city this weekend. Fire crews were called to Winery Way around 8:15 a.m. on Saturday. Officials say the home was under construction at the time. Nobody was inside. The fire caused significant damage to the building, and Barrie police now say it is considered suspicious. There is no word on the cost of those damages. There were no injuries reported, but that there is the scene after a boat caught on fire in Barrie at the marina last night. It happened around 8 p.m., but nobody was on the boat at that time. Crews quickly put the fire out. It didn't spread. Officials are still investigating the cause of that fire. One of 5 men charged in the alleged abduction and torture of a man who was found tied up inside an abandoned building in Orillia wanted a bail review today. CTV's Mike Arcelides brings us that story.
I escovage fish and all them things, the thing mad. Remember me tell you, one.
Accused of kidnapping and attempted murder, Gurji Gorburn had a bail review today, 8 months after a justice of the peace told him he was staying in jail. The defense argued Gorburn should be released because the Justice of the Peace made an error by failing to adequately consider the strict proposed bail conditions while placing too much weight on the need to protect the public.
And the whole of the Jenna them.
Justice Donna Kelway disagreed with the defense and ordered Gorburn should remain behind bars ahead of trial, saying the Justice of the Peace made no legal error. Gorburn is one of 5 men charged with the kidnapping of a Mississauga man who was found bound and beaten inside an abandoned Aurelia gas station last September.
This is how we do. Work life.
Now 51, Gorburn, according to court records obtained by CTV News, has a lengthy criminal record dating back more than 20 years, having been arrested and charged at least 15 times with violent crimes that include assault, robbery with a weapon, and home invasion. Gorburn is accused alongside Dwayne Pennant, Manraj Mann, Baltesh Sandhu, and Surjit Singh Bains, all from the GTA, for allegedly breaking into this former gas station at the corner of Colburn and Peter Streets and torturing a man until a passerby called 911 to report a suspicious vehicle and masked men in the building. All 5 men were arrested inside, while the Mississauga man found with serious injuries was rushed to hospital in life-threatening condition. Any evidence heard in court is protected by a publication ban. Gorburn and his co-accused are also charged with breaking and entering, forcible confinement, weapons counts, and uttering death threats. Last month, trial dates were put on the record for the accused beginning in December. Sandhu was granted a $250,000 bail under strict house arrest conditions, followed by Bains and Mann. Dwayne Pennant was initially released on $125,000 bail, but was arrested in late May accused of breaching his conditions in Brampton. He remains in jail with Gorburn, who returns to court by video in a week. Pennant is scheduled to return to a virtual Brampton courtroom Thursday. Bains, Sandhu, and Mann in 2 weeks in Aurelia. The allegations against the accused have not been tested in court. Mike Arsledes, CTV News, Barrie.
6 people have been charged following an investigation into cocaine trafficking in the GTA. Investigators say they seized 260 kilograms of cocaine as part of Project Golden Frog. It's believed to have a street value of roughly $20 million. More than $2.5 million in cash was also recovered after search warrants were executed at an address in Kitchener. The Canada Border Services Agency and York Regional Police carried out the investigation after authorities say a suspected shipment of cocaine coming from Panama was intercepted. Premier Doug Ford and his Alberta counterpart Danielle Smith have unveiled a proposed route for a new crude oil pipeline between their 2 provinces. The leaders have pitched the project as a way to create jobs while also strengthening Canada's energy security. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris reports.
It's a new vision to move oil 3,300 kilometers across multiple provinces. The premiers of Alberta and Ontario are calling it the Northern Shield Energy Corridor, a pipeline.
Built using Canadian steel by Canadian workers that will bring oil from Hardisty, Alberta, to new and expanded refineries in Sarnia, Ontario.
Moving some 500,000 barrels a day through the West East Pipeline, growing up to 800,000.
There is also an opportunity to eventually use this corridor to reach the Atlantic Ocean, which would allow Alberta to provide reliable energy to our nation's European allies.
A feasibility study of this proposal was launched in the fall. So far, it has buy-in of Saskatchewan's leader, but not Ontario's neighbor, Premier Wab Kinew.
He has to consult a little more with his folks in Manitoba, but we'll work something out.
Doug Ford says he'd rather have a private firm finance the project, but he's open to using public dollars.
I think it's a great investment, no matter if it's the government that will get a good ROI over a certain period of time.
A former oil industry player sees red flags on cost and demand.
This pipeline has a very low probability of success. There are so many challenges. Wouldn't put a lot of faith that this is going to happen anytime soon.
Ontario says it's already started consultations with Indigenous communities. Its feasibility study will be finished by the end of the year. That's when we should get a better idea of what cost might be. Siobhan Morris, CTV News, Toronto.
Ontario Liberal MPP Rob Surjanic has dropped his bid to become the party's next leader. Surjanic, who represents Ajax, posted a statement on social media saying he made the decision to suspend his campaign following conversations with his family and supporters. There are now 4 remaining Liberal leadership candidates: former Liberal MP Navdeep Bains, Toronto MPP Lee Fairclough, housing advocate Eric Lombardi, and former political staffer Dylan Mirando. Liberal Party members will begin voting for a new leader on November 9th, with the choice to be announced on November 21st. Many federal public servants are starting a new work schedule today, which will see them in the office 4 days a week, but some departments are having trouble finding room for the staff. A spokesperson for Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada says most of that department's employees will work on site only 3 days a week as it works to secure office space. Most public servants began working remotely during the COVID-19 pandemic. Core federal employees have been working 3 days in the office since 2024. Well, Canada's men's national soccer team returned home last night following their historic World Cup run.
We're going to look back on this 6 weeks fondly and just remember, what we did as a nation and what we did as players and how we helped grow the game of soccer in Canada, which was our goal that we set out to do.
So the support, the love, the liveliness in every city was unbelievable for all of us.
Hopefully with the momentum that we brought it from this tournament, we can continue to push on and push forward and try to go even further in the next one. And hopefully we inspire the generation of younger Canadian kids to come help us do that.
Players and staff spoke following their arrival at Pearson Airport. The team lost 3-0 to Morocco in the round of 16 and became the first host nation eliminated from the tournament. However, that represents Canada's best ever finish at the World Cup, as the country had previously never made it out of the group stage. Now to a stunning decision by FIFA to let a U.S. star play tonight in the match against Belgium. The superstar had a red card against him and was suspended from the game. Now, the controversial decision comes after a direct phone call from the U.S. president. CTV's Joy Malvin on why this decision is not going over well.
So, yeah, I did. I spoke to Johnny.
President Donald Trump confirming he made that controversial call, asking his friend FIFA's president Gianni Infantino to review the red card suspension of America's hottest player, Fuller and Balogun. Trump called the referee's decision horrible and, quote, a little bit suspect, even calling on reporters to check the referee's past.
I asked for a review because I didn't think it was a foul. And, again, I'm good at this stuff. I didn't think it was a foul. I thought it was 2 great athletes that crashed into each other.
FIFA's highly unusual reversal overturns the red card suspension, and the Belgians are furious. Their coach thought it was an April Fool's joke.
It's a bad decision. Not good for the sport.
And Europe's governing soccer body said FIFA had crossed a red line.
It is remarkable that the president has entered the conversation. And I think that's the thing. And you'd be very concerned about the slippery slope. King Charles, does he want to weigh in on last night's red card for an English player?
So will the appearance of political influence sully the beautiful game? Here's what World Cup fans had to say.
It's just the reversal is a little weird and the timing's a little strange.
Definitely think that Trump played a trump card. I'd be really annoyed if I was a Belgian fan. It's good for the USA though.
And today, FIFA dismissed an appeal by the Belgians, clearing the way for America's star striker to play against Belgium in that big match tonight. Joy Malvin, CTV News, Washington.
Now, there was one other game today in the round of 16 this afternoon. Portugal took on Spain in Dallas.
Ferran Torres, we might not need extra time. It's brilliantly finished by the versatile Mikel Merino.
That was the only goal of the entire game, and it came in extra time in the second half. Spain held on for a 1-0 victory over Portugal in a game with very few chances. Spain will now play the winner of Belgium and the United States. And that's it for Ronaldo, apparently. Now, music is in the air around Collingwood with the return of its summer festival, and this year there is a focus on young talent.
I think it's going to be really cool to collaborate with everybody and just see what everybody else has to offer and just work with these awesome people that I've never met before.
Today, a week-long youth master class began at the Osler Bluff Ski Club in the Blue Mountains. 30 students have been selected for the one-on-one mentoring opportunity, and 10 will receive a bursary. Once the teaching has finished, there will be a grand finale concert on Friday.
We have a summer music festival next door in Collingwood. That's what started the whole thing. It's our 7th season doing this, and we have 250 artists coming. World-class artists, all kinds of choral ensembles, award-winning groups, and we're just going to make incredible music all throughout the area, all throughout southern Georgian Bay.
The festival runs until July 18th and is free for all. Still to come on this Monday, there's more to do at a Barrie Baycats game than just watch baseball. How shopping has become part of the experience at Athletic Culture Stadium. Plus, something new brightened up the weekend in Bradford when this play-filled day will return to our region. Stay with us. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Presented by Paul Sadlin Motors.
Music, it's a small community, so when something's really good, we all want to be part of it.
We have an amazing music scene here. Having people come together in community, listen to some amazing local artists, brings the downtown alive. It brings our city alive.
Troubadour Festival 2026 is going to be off the hook. We've got the Watchmen, Bahamas, going to be great.
Thanks for staying with us. The Barrie Baycats, the home games now offer up the chance to do some shopping between pitches. The Mom Market Simcoe County features a series of local vendors, artisans, and boutiques that will be on site during baseball games, giving families and fans some local shopping and community connection.
So we're raffling off a box, a 5-pound box of New York strip line. We're booking farm tours as well. And what that does is it gets our customers in touch with a farm-to-table specialist who will give them some more information about the farms that we work with, how our animals are raised and processed, as well as go over our products and packages, which are completely customizable to every family's needs.
The next Mom Market takes place Saturday, August 8th, when the Baycats welcome the Kitchener Panthers at Athletic Culture Stadium. Boy, that was a busy one. Bringing together now all walks of life for a day of rhythm, movement, creativity, and most of all, connection.
This is our second year of running Lots of Play. It's our first year to bring it here to Bradford. And Lots of Play is our annual summer celebration of community. We own and operate properties across Canada, including this plaza.
Exposing to different activities, like this morning I participated in drumming, right? And it really contributes back again to our mental well-being.
The drum is a unifier, right? I always tell people, like, when you start, is like the drum is the original instrument. It's the heartbeat of the mother, connects you to the earth. So people just seem to gravitate towards it naturally. They feel the vibrational energy, and it's very good for you to play in a drum circle too. It's very healing.
I just think it'll bring us together. It's, you know what, it's about having happy spaces, and that's what we need throughout the community. And if Choice Properties is going to lead us in these areas, I really think it's fantastic. It's about just being happy, being outside, enjoying the summer, seeing the bubbles go by us, and that's what it's all about. Just having fun and getting people together, so you meet your neighbors. Maybe you meet somebody that's outside of your neighborhood, and you get to know them, and you start to build friendships and relationships. That's what this space will deliver.
Yeah. You gotta smile. Yeah, let's paint.
I like to paint, so that's why I am doing this lovely shirt.
It's getting those communities together and having fun. And little ones, olders, seniors, youngers, middle-aged people like me, everyone's enjoying it.
Lots of Play will continue making stops in different communities throughout the summer, offering unique and memorable programming for everyone. Mouths were watering as fresh aromas of barbecue filled the air along the waterfront for Barrie's 20th annual Ribfest.
Well, people
people can expect championship award-winning barbecue. We brought 5 of the best of the business in all over North America.
We cook it low and slow for a long time. The brisket's about 14 hours. We cook it over hardwood cherry or dark cherry, and it just comes out super tender, fall off the bone. Everyone's loving it.
1, 2, 3.
Award-winning pitmasters from across North America fired up the grills and battled it out. Now there I am, tough job, but somebody had to do it. I was one of the judges on Sunday. We were asked to select the best sauce, the best brisket and ribs. And get this, the proceeds from the entry fee, that $5, all of it went to the Royal Victoria Regional Health Centre. I think I'm still full. It was a lot of food. The Mariposa Folk Festival returned to the Aurelia waterfront for another year of smooth sounds.
Drink away the afternoon, stumble out the evening parade.
The event featured 11 stages with over 60 of the country's best folk artists, non-stop music from Friday through to Sunday, and it sold out for the 5th year in a row.
It's incredible. I mean, 66 years, Mariposa has developed a brand and a reputation, and musicians know that we can deliver, and they love to play our festival. The community of Aurelia and region has embraced Mariposa and as one of their own, and the support is incredible.
What a fantastic turnout. The festival wrapped up on Sunday evening at Tudhope Park in the Sunshine City. Now there is even more that happened over the weekend, and if you would like to read all about it, as always, you can do that on our website. You can also rewatch our 6 and 11 o'clock newscast, ctvnews.ca/Barrie, or scan the QR code on your screen. From Rolling Stones tribute bands to car shows and local vendors, something exciting is coming to the Speedway in Innisfil. We'll let you know when you can take it all in, but right now let's head outside. Case is in Bob's Garden.
That's right, 29, 30 degrees tomorrow. Well, tomorrow happens to be World Chocolate Day. Don't leave the chocolate out with temperatures like that. Coming up just a few minutes' time, I'll let you know the most popular chocolate in the world. And our weather watcher Artiste says, hey, Margaret, yeah, talking about chocolate and sweet things, 6 months ago, your weather guy was wearing a tea cozy on his head and it was -14. That's not hot. That's cool. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, we're giving away tickets to Over the River and Through the Woods at Kings Wharf Theater.
So make sure you're listening from Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
We are celebrating staying cool this week on CTV Barrie, so continue to capture those special moments and email them to us. Picture this at ctv.ca for a chance to be featured. Let's head outside. Casey Colby, I must say that Bob's Garden is looking exceptional. You're surrounded by some really beautiful plants there.
I truly am, and lots of big bugs out here too. Lots of big bees, as has been the case, but that's okay. Bring them on, bring them on. Lovely job, and yeah, they're in full bloom, and that's what summer is, full bloom. Here we go. Let's get right into it as far as your full bloom forecast, and this is full as far as our temperatures go. 34 degrees, what it feels like right now in Barrie with the Humidex, 34 in Alliston, 32 in Newmarket, 32 in Gravenhurst, 32 in Perry Sound, 27 in Owen Sound, and 24 lovely degrees in Collingwood, Ontario. This is the almanac for today, 28:15, that's the high, that's the low. A record 36 degrees in 1988 for record high, and a record low of 6.1 way back in 1898. Sunrise, sunset, 15 hours and 22 minutes of daylight. Say, Sully, can you roll that forecast radar for me, please? And let's show all the good folks at home what we have as far as our forecast radar goes. And did that look like a little bit of rain? Was that, in fact, anomalous propaganda, false echoes? No, that is, in fact, a possibility of some shower activity. Let's break it down, take a look at some of the numbers, and start with the southern tip of Georgian Bay, Lake Simcoe. 17 and 18 degrees, clear skies this evening. For tomorrow, sunny and feeling like 36 degrees with the humidex. Whoa. Beautiful. Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, 18 and 19 degrees. Hey, there is partly cloudy skies as per our forecast radar as delivered by Sully. 40% chance of a shower this evening, a 40% chance. And then for tomorrow, clearing skies. Here comes the sun. 29, feeling more like about 34, 35 degrees. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Haliburton. A few clouds this evening. Yeah, 16 degrees. Tomorrow, feeling like 36. And nothing but sunshine, ladies and gentlemen. That's tonight and tomorrow. Now time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast. Where are we starting this evening? We're starting Simcoe County. How about Wednesday, 28? Sunshine, and Thursday arrives. Here comes the cloud cover, 40% chance of showers. Still, humidity is mounting come Thursday, or make that Wednesday, but it's building come Thursday and Friday. A snippet of sunshine, 36, or make that 30% chance of a shower, and then into the weekend looks like sunny and 26. This is the 5-day extended forecast for Simcoe County. Have a look. Wednesday, beautiful. Increase in cloud cover Wednesday night. Thursday, sun and cloud. Looks like 30% chance of a shower. 28, we seem to be locked into the mid to low 20s and mid to high 20s. And Friday, cloudy skies, 30% chance of a shower, 26 degrees, and 26 on Saturday, beautiful sunshine. This is the 5-day extended forecast, Parry Sound, Haliburton, and Muskoka. Sunny on Wednesday, 27, 26, both Thursday, Friday. Lots of cloud cover, 40% chance on the Thursday of some shower activity, 30% chance of some shower activity in the morning. And then it looks like Saturday at this point, looking good, lots of sunshine. Oh, Sarah, this is truly summer sweet. And as mentioned, tomorrow is World Chocolate Day. #1 chocolate bar in the world, #1 seller, Snickers. Really satisfies. Back inside, like the forecast.
Speaking of that, I am quite hungry. We'll have to bring some chocolate for Case tomorrow. Remember, I just have to remember which kind it was. It was a very obscure one. Anyways, let's move on. Are you ready to rock? In just over a month's time, a new festival will take over a popular Innisfil landmark, and it's all in the name of giving back.
Rockstock Canada. Experience the ultimate Canadian rock festival camping adventure.
Rockstock Canada will take over the former Sunset Speedway site next month. The event will feature tribute bands and local performers. There will also be a car and bike show, vendors, and spots for people to camp.
Do you feel it? Get ready to rumble.
Rock festivals have a hard time, I think, making it sometimes, so we want to change that and make sure that we've got some original artists, and we've also got some local artists. We're celebrating original artists, emerging artists. We've got also some tribute bands like AC/DC and Aerosmith, Hellenbach, and Aeroforce.
When you have a passion and a love for something, it happens naturally. As busy as it is, as much as it is, it's very fulfilling. And it's just a great passion to follow, and we're really hoping that everybody comes out and enjoys a fantastic weekend.
The festival will raise money for 3 charities: Pogo for Kids with Cancer, My Sister's Place Women's Shelter, and Hope Valley Addiction and Wellness. The event will go from August 14th to the 16th. Talking box office now, the latest Minions film topped the weekend box office. Minions and Monsters brought in $36.4 million between Friday and Sunday, and a total of $61.4 million since its opening day on Wednesday. It's the 7th film in the Despicable Me franchise and knocked Toy Story 5 from the top spot. Meanwhile, U.S. war drama Young Washington rounded out the top 3. Coming up next here on CTV Barrie, the debate of bringing high-speed rail to Canada, the frustrations that are being voiced in a proposed line that would connect Toronto to Quebec City. Details on the other side of the break. Recapping our top stories, while the temperature has cooled compared to last week, many people are still trying to beat the heat by heading to Centennial Beach in Barrie. The warm weather is good news for selling devices that are meant to get people out on the water. Many kids are at camp this week, and the city of Barrie is reminding families that there are plenty of different types and most run into August. The Barrie Bay Cats, for example, are running programming at Athletic Culture Stadium, and national training rinks are offering hockey skills training. Finally, a second candidate is adding their name to the ballot to become Barrie's next mayor. Tanya Sari is currently the managing director of Redwood Builds, a local supportive housing provider and a realtor. She says her campaign will be focused on a more transparent and responsive City Hall. The election will be held on Monday, October 26th. There is an emerging divide over a proposed high-speed rail project which would connect Toronto and Quebec and a number of cities in between. CTV's Jeremy Charon has more on a survey outlining the split from a community which could host a future stop.
In rural Ontario, a fierce debate has been ignited.
He's our guardian dog.
Farmers concerned about what the Alto high-speed rail project could mean for them.
We're very concerned that we're not being taken into account by Alto. The tone of what has been communicated so far has been concerning.
Glenn McKenzie's family farm is within a proposed rail corridor.
So we have a mile-long grazing corridor. We practice rotational intensive grazing. The cattle are on a small strip of land, and we keep moving them down until they reach the end. If they went through this strip of land, it would be over for us.
A new survey from Nanos Research for CTV News shows the country is divided over the major multi-billion-dollar project. 38%, or 4 in 10, believe it should be a high priority for the government, while the same feel it should be a low priority.
Now, support for the project varies depending on where you are. Here in Kingston, where the government recently announced a proposed stop, many welcome it.
Like a high-speed train going from one end of the province to Quebec would be very useful.
That sounds great to me.
The amount of damage that it's going to do to communities, to the land, to the environment, is just overwhelming.
A reliable high-speed train would be a great kind of thing.
Kingston's mayor says if the project does go ahead, they want to see Kingston included.
We need better rail service in Kingston. We're a rail-oriented community. We're used to taking the train, and I hear from people all the time about how there needs to be better options.
A route is not yet finalized. Alto has only publicly shared this proposed corridor. The company has completed a first round of public consultation and has scheduled more for the fall. But back on the McKenzie farm, that uncertainty is part of the frustration.
That's right. I mean, if it's not us, it's somebody else.
Jeremy Charon, CTV News.
Turning to business news now, Rogers is set to take complete control of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. The company has signed a deal to buy the remaining 25% stake in the company from Kilmer Sports, owned by Toronto businessman Larry Tannenbaum, for $4.35 billion. The Maple Leafs, Raptors, Argonauts, and Toronto FC are all owned by the MLSE, along with the Marlies and Raptors 905. Rogers also owns the Blue Jays as well as the Rogers Centre. The deal is expected to be approved in the fourth quarter of this year. Meanwhile, Larry Tannenbaum released a statement which reads in part, "I'm extremely proud to leave this legacy of excellence, a culture of winning, and a family feeling among all our MLSE employees to be carried on. I thank you for putting your confidence in me. I've always regarded my ownership position as a public trust, for truly these teams belong to you, the best sports fans in the world." Moving right into our markets on this Monday, the TSX was down 62 points, the Dow was up 155, and the Nasdaq was up 288. And commodities, oil was down, closing at $68.55 a barrel. Gold was up, finishing at $4,167 an ounce, and our dollar down, ending the day at 70.33 cents US. Let's talk sports, shall we? The Toronto Blue Jays are continuing their West Coast road trip tonight, beginning a series with the San Francisco Giants.
as he lashes a ball to left field, and that's going to be over the head of Arozarena and off the base of the wall. Vladdy on his way to second and in there ahead of the throw.
The Jays lost 4-0 to the Seattle Mariners yesterday, their second straight shutout loss. Kevin Gausman will start for Toronto tonight with first pitch set for 9:45 p.m. That'll be in San Francisco. Toronto swimmer Summer McIntosh, she set another record in the pool.
And she will touch in a new world record!
The 19-year-old finished the 200-meter butterfly in 2 minutes, 1.65 seconds at the Canadian trials last night. That's nearly 0.2 of a second faster than the previous record, which she had also set back in 2009. McIntosh's mother, Jill, was also an Olympic swimmer and had previously set the record for the 200-meter butterfly in the same pool decades earlier. How cool is that? Talk about a full circle moment. Still to come here on CTV, taking a ride on a robotic beaver. Yes, you heard that correctly, a BC couple. They're using their crafting skills to celebrate Canada in a unique way. We'll explain next. You're watching CTV Barrie. Time now to take a look at your Monday night primetime lineup. Back-to-back episodes of Suits starting at 8, followed by Criminal Minds at 10 p.m. and CTV News Barrie at 11. Welcome back. Canada Day was last week, but people continue to showcase their love for our country in some rather unique ways. CTV's Adam Sawatsky has more on a BC couple who have used their crafting skills to share their joy.
When you stop to wonder what Janet Mader's carrying,
these are robot wildlife.
And she introduces the robot goose as Gustav, before mentioning the robot loon is named after an iconic singer.
This is Celine Dion.
And then David Bino tells you they have a third animatronic animal.
Yeah, we've got an electric beaver.
You're grateful they agree for you to follow them into their hack space and meet who they named after a former prime minister.
His name's Lester Beaver Pearson, because Canadian history nerds and bad puns.
But also because David and Janet simply thought it would be funny to make Lester Beaver Pearson rideable.
Oh, it's hilarious.
So Janet figured out new welding techniques, while David learned all about electronics.
Whenever I get stuck kind of thing, she can usually find a way out and vice versa.
And while the other animals are featured at combat robot tournaments, with Gustav the Goose performing the halftime show and Celine Dion singing the national anthem in both official languages, Lester Beaver Pearson makes appearances all over the place.
I personally just like to inject little bits of joy.
A couple of David and Janet's friends rode the beaver during their Canadian citizenship ceremonies over Zoom.
So they can feel like that much more Canadian while taking their oath of citizenship.
And then a bunch of their neighbors borrowed them for a nonagenarian's birthday. That's a 90-year-old's.
Nonagenarian beaver rodeo is a phrase I never thought would enter my lexicon, but it was amazing.
But best of all is when they take the beaver out in public to build a community by offering rides to strangers.
So nice to see that you're making somebody smile, because there is so much awfulness. So it feels really important, being kind.
Like our country was created by all sorts of different people coming together to make this mosaic we call Canada, Janet and David are hoping to inspire others to build all sorts of things to make our communities more fun.
It's kind of a wonderful time to be alive, really.
Adam Sawatsky, CTV News.
Just when you thought, Casey, that you've seen everything, eh? You've seen it all.
So true, so true. We're going to do it all over again tomorrow. The Get Up and Go forecast looks like this, and let's have a look right now and see what we're looking at first thing tomorrow morning. Well, how about a little sunshine? Yeah, a little bit of sunshine is what we're looking at 7 o'clock in the morning. Barrie, 19 degrees and sunny skies. It looks like fair skies, a little bit of cloud cover, and 20 degrees in Newmarket. And Gravenhurst, nothing but sunshine and 19. Hat, please. Get ready for the Get Up and Go tomorrow. Sarah, have a great evening.
I have no idea how a hat that big missed your head. I love it, Casey Colby, and we will be celebrating National Chocolate Day tomorrow, I assure you of that. I'm Sarah Freemark. Thanks a lot for starting your week with us. Jack will wrap things up tonight at 11. Take care.